Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Fantastic day here at the Meadowlands. The temperature is 61 degrees and not a cloud in the sky and not much wind, although we have the usual breeze in this stadium. Right now, let's go down to the field. Laura Oakman, the third member of our team. And Laura, the Giants have a new place kicker, don't they?
They do, Dick. Lawrence Tynes sprained his ankle at practice on Friday. On Saturday, the Giants brought in Sean Swism and Shane Graham. GM Jerry Reese telling me they went with Shane Graham because if it comes down to a field goal, they like his experience. I talked to Shane before the game. He said he had just finished his workout Friday night when the Giants called. He had an hour to catch his flight, but he said he wasn't worried because he had been keeping a packed suitcase in his car, hoping a team would call. Guys, he does get the call today. He will be handling both field goals and kickoffs.
All right, Laura, and hopefully he doesn't have to stay in that car after the game is over, that maybe he hangs in there as Tom Coughlin, whose team has rebounded now 3-2 in a three-way tie for first in the NFC East. The Lions have lost 23 straight road losses, and they can tie their own record for futility if they lose today. The Giants in the last 2 weeks have had 13 sacks and have given up 6.5 points per game. We're set to go, and the Giants have won the toss. And there's Jim Schwartz, the coach of the Detroit Lions in his second year. And he knows what it's all about. He says you can talk about improvement, but until you win games and get into the habit, you haven't done it yet.
The only way to establish a culture of winning is winning.
Jason Hanson will kick off for the Lions, and Darius Raynaud is back deep for the Giants. Lions beating St. Louis last week after 4 straight losses. And then they have their bye week. Trying to make some progress in the second year of Jim Schwartz's reign. And this game is underway. It's a short kickoff by Hanson, and Raynaud fields it at the 14. And Raynaud brings it out past the 30. Close to the 33-yard line, and that's where the Giants will go to work. Eli Manning, and the month of October has been his month without question. Ahmad Bradshaw off to a great start. Bear Pasco will be the fullback with Madison Hedgecock out of action. And the offensive line welcoming back, as Charles mentioned, Sean O'Hara and center. And protection for Manning is what it's all about. He can carve teams up if he gets the protection. Giants will start from the 34. 18-4 record as a starter in this month. And the first pass is a slant, and it's knocked away. It was intended for Hakeem Nicks, and a good defensive play by the Lions on the first play of the game. Let's take a look at the Lions defensively. And it's really a made-over defense. 3 new faces on the defensive line. And Ndamukong Suh, of course, the highly touted rookie. In the linebacking position, Ashley Palmer will start in the middle. DeAndre Levy hasn't been able to play yet this year. And in the secondary, C.C. Brown is the strong safety. And there's the rest of that group. Louis Delmas, outstanding. And Gunther Cunningham, long-time defensive coordinator. Here's Ahmad Bradshaw going off the right side. And Bradshaw, starting from the 34, gets to the 40, a gain of 6.
When you have a running game as strong as the Giants, 2nd and 10 is not automatically a pass down. They feel like they can get 5 yards of crack and leave it with 3rd and manageable. In this situation, that's about exactly what they got, leaving Eli with 3rd and 5, something they feel confident they can make.
Mario Manningham comes in as a 3rd wide receiver. He's number 82, and he lines up slot to the left. Good protection. Pass is caught by Steve Smith, and a first down for the Giants. Jonathan Wade was covering on the play, and a gain of 8.
Hakeem Nicks has been the hottest receiver for the Giants in recent weeks, but Steve Smith went to the Pro Bowl last year. One reason why? Excellent route runner, And Eli Manning found him isolated against Jonathan Wade, a former starter for the Lions who's lost a little confidence in recent weeks. They went after him early to test him today.
So a first down for the Giants on their own 48. Ahmad Bradshaw lines up as a receiver to the left. On first down, Manning in trouble, and down he goes inside the 45, and it was Kyle Vanden Bosch, the former Tennessee Titan, who of course Jim Schwartz knows well, and a loss of 5.
Coming right at you off the edge, Kyle Vanden Bosch. They always talk about his motor, and sometimes I think we overlook the fact that he's a very good football player. Oftentimes when you say a guy's got a high motor, that's a way of saying he's compensating for not having the skill. Kyle Vanden Bosch has the skill and the desire to be a great player.
Here is Eli Manning getting the rush, and he hits Kevin Boss, the tight end, who was tackled immediately at the 45-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and long, and it was C.C. Brown, who played with the Giants last year, who made the tackle, who Charles this week said you never know what you're going to get with Eli Manning.
Yeah, he said that Eli Manning's very inconsistent. You know, if you're going to get a great game one day like Peyton Manning, or if you're going to get, just an average game, which is interesting because last year C.C. Brown caught a lot of flack for his coverage ability while in New York.
Why would you make comments like that? 3rd down and 13. 4 receivers and the hard count, and the penalty markers are down. Jeff Triplett is the referee today, and 3 markers went down.
Encroachment, defense, number 99, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Rory Williams in the hard count got him.
And you noticed that Eli Manning was looking to continue to play, hoping that he could get something big downfield because he knew the penalty was against the Lions. But they stopped the play due to him being unimpeded to the quarterback.
So with the 5 yards, it'll be 3rd down and 8. Right at midfield. Manning going deep. And incomplete. Hakeem Nicks had beaten the defender, Jonathan Wade. So taking a shot from midfield, Eli Manning, 4th down coming up, and the Giants will kick.
Even though it didn't connect, I like the shot taken early. Put the defenders back on their heels, make the Lions think about the Giants pushing them deep, and then later on the short stuff opens up underneath.
Stephon Logan, who returned to kick 105 yards for a touchdown, back to receive this punt, and the rookie, Matt Dodge, can't handle it and loses the ball, and the Lions get a big break, and they will have the ball in Giant territory at the 44-yard line. So Matt Dodge, who replaced the veteran Jeff Feagles, who was an automatic, couldn't handle this, and the Lions get a break. Can they take advantage of it?
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
Back here at the new Meadowlands Stadium, a big break. And there's Calvin Johnson, who was hurt in the 4th quarter last week, injuring his right shoulder. He is starting today. There he is on the left side. And Sean Hill's pass out of the backfield to Javid Best, who gets good yardage to the 36.
And coming right at Matt Dodge, the rookie, he has it fine until he starts his approach. And then on the second clutch, he looked up and saw Lawrence Jackson 94. See, after he picks it up, once he sees 94, that flusters him and causes him to flub it a second time, and Jackson picks up the fumble.
2 tight ends are in there for the Lions on 2nd down and 2, and the fake pass handoff to Best, and Best close to the 1st down. Let's pick up the Detroit Lions offensive unit, and they ran up a lot of points last week, and they've done it with a backup quarterback. Best played extremely well as a rookie. And the hurry up going up right now, 3rd down and 1, and the handoff is to Best, and he has the 1st down at the 33. So the Lions go hurry up, and Sean Hill, who had a turnover-free game last week against the Rams, giving the Lions a 1st down at the 33.
I don't expect a heavy diet of hurry up from the Lions, but in that situation, they just wanted to quick count it so the Giants couldn't get set with a formidable defensive front to try and get a wedge in there and get the first down, and they did.
Best goes out as a receiver to the right, number 44. And a first down, they hand off to Jerome Felton, and Felton dives forward to the 25-yard line. And right now, our game break, first one of the day. Here's Kurt Menefee in Los Angeles.
Opening possession by the Philadelphia Eagles. It's the end around to Deshaun Jackson against Atlanta. He marches 31 yards for the score, and just like that, the Eagles are on top, 7-0. Dick and Charles.
All right, thank you very much, Kurt. Second down and 2 now for the Lions, who are driving on the 25, and the handoff to Jahvid Best. And Best is brought down by Michael Boley, short of the first down.
Last time in this situation, Dick, they got up on the line of scrimmage quickly to run their play. This time it appears they're going to go with their regular huddle.
Matthew Stafford, who has been out since being hurt in the first game with a right shoulder injury. They have the bye week, and they expect him back after the bye week. He made the trip, and he's the third quarterback. On 3rd and 1, Jahvid Best dives forward, and he appears to have another first down for the Lions, who have been running the ball ever since they got the ball off of the turnover at the 48.
Did you notice the last set there, Dick, for the Lions? Did you notice the formation? It was pistol. Instead of going with full shotgun, notice how short the snap is there to Shaun Hill. What they want the Giants to see is him back in what they think is gun, so they think it's a pass play instead of the run. But in the pistol, you still have the full run game complement available to you.
And it is a first down for the Lions. Perry Fewell, who is the Giant defensive coordinator, of course he handled that duty in Buffalo, was also an interim head coach, and he's added a lot of spirit to this unit.
This unit really has responded to Perry Fewell's personality. He's a guy who's jovial, upbeat, uses a lot of different singing analogies to drive home points, and this team has really responded to his energy and is playing the exact same way.
First down at the 23 of the Giants. Faking pass left and going up top and overthrowing a well-covered Calvin Johnson. It was Terrell Thomas, the cornerback, who was on him all the way.
Dick, down on the field in pregame, I had a chance to talk with Terrell Thomas, number 24 for the Giants, and asked him, how do you play Calvin Johnson? Of course, he laughed and said, no one really wants to do that, but you have to give him varying looks. Like a boxer, you want to give him different angles. Sometimes you want to press him, sometimes you want off, sometimes you want to be off and catch him. Different ways to approach it.
Jahvid Best is wide to the left, 3 other receivers, and they go on a wide receiver screen to Jahvid Best, who gets inside the 15-yard line before Boley makes the stop. And a 9-yard pickup, and the Lions threatening here, trying to get a touchdown off of the Giant turnover.
The first screen of the game from the Lions. Don't expect it to be anywhere near the last. They use so many different varieties. With Jahvid Best as a running back, they'll screen out wide to their receivers, and they also like to use the tight ends on a variety of screens.
Scott Linehan and he and Shaun Hill have been on the same page before. Ninth play of the drive coming up. 3rd down and 1. And there's the pass into the end zone, and it's caught by Nate Burleson for the touchdown. So Nate Burleson, who was inactive for a couple of weeks.
There's the catch, 1 foot down, 2 down. No problem with this one being a touchdown. Even as he's got it.
And the extra point, Jason Hanson is on. So this crowd on a beautiful day has been silenced early by the fumble. And Hanson trying to give the Lions a 7-0 lead. And he does. Jason Hanson, 40 years old in his 19th year. And it was Shaun Hill to Nate Burleson. And it's the Lions who jump on top, 7-0.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go.
Lions capitalized and they got the touchdown. 9 plays, 43 yards, and it was set up by the fumble by the punter, Matt Dodds.
Sometimes it's not bad coverage that gets you beat. It's an excellent ball. Look at the throw. Terrell Thomas is in really good position because as a defensive back, you're taught to make sure that that ball is thrown over the top of you in that situation to be completed, and Shaun Hill did exactly that.
3 touchdowns and no picks last week. He's got a touchdown here. Darius Reynaud returning for the Giants. He had a good return the first time. He'll bring this out to the 25-yard line where Zach Follett makes the tackle. Eli Manning comes on the field with the Giants 7 points in arrears.
Today's game is sponsored by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you've got to get DirecTV. By Lowe's. Lowe's, let's build something together. And by Pizza Hut. Your favorite plays deserve your favorite pizza. Your favorites, your Pizza Hut.
And there's Matt Dodge, who's now wearing a glove on his left hand, which he did not have before. And the Giants are now -6 in the turnover margin. Manning has thrown 8 interceptions. And they fumbled 11 times, haven't lost them all. On first down, the handoff is to Ahmad Bradshaw. Breaks up the middle, and a great gain by Bradshaw up to the 40-yard line. A gain of 15. Cliff Averill, the defensive end, catches up to him.
His 17th run this year of 10 yards or more. Bear Pasco with a good lead block. There's Chris Snee, 76. Immediately got to the secondary and then uses his vision to try and cut outside and gain additional yardage.
That'll bring the Giants up to the 40-yard line. And they go again to Bradshaw. Not this time as he goes off the left side, but Bandon Bosch is there, and there'll be a loss of a yard on this one.
How about the progression of Ahmad Bradshaw in his career in the NFL? Came in as a 7th-round pick, thought to be a 3rd down back, maybe a change-up kind of a guy. The 3rd guy in that Earth, Wind, and Fire crew that the Giants had with 2 1,000-yard rushers. And now you look at him, he's the lead guy. Kept working, became invaluable to his team.
And Brandon Jacobs now the understudy, although he does see action. 2nd down and 11. And the flip going to Bradshaw, and the Lions pursuing well. And maybe a yard on the play, and for a game break, let's check in with Kurt Menefee.
Saints and the Bucks. Drew Brees hooking up with Lance Moore. 41 yards on the reception. And the Saints have the lead in Tampa. 7-0 midway through the first. Dick and Charles.
And there is the defensive line for the Lions. Corey Williams, an acquisition from Cleveland, along with 3 new faces.
It's been some good years in Green Bay.
Third down and 10. Manning has time. The pass is tipped, and it's incomplete. And it was Cliff Averill, number 92, who got a hand on it. So the Lions hold the Giants, and the crowd begins to show their displeasure. And they'll have to punt again.
After the first down run, the Detroit Lions defensive front took over on that possession. And the Giants fans expressing their displeasure. They're used to seeing the Giants defensive line have that type of effect on an offense.
Eli talking to Travis Beckham, the backup tight end, coming off. So here's Matt Dodge again. And the crowd with a derisive cheer, and this is a good punt, but it will go into the end zone. No, it'll stop at the 1 and down by the Giants at the 3. Now they can cheer him the right way.
And no one needed that more than Matt Dodge.
Zach Diassi batted it back, and the Giants keep it inside the 5. Coming up, the Cowboys and the Vikings, America's game of the week. And no one will see more football. Won't get a bigger audience than that game for any contest on Sunday. And the Cowboys-Vikings in a game that both teams need. Meanwhile, the Lions will start from the 4. Shaun Hill handing off to Jahvid Best. And Best, maybe a yard, maybe 2.
This is a spot on the field where Perry Fewell, the defensive coordinator of the Giants, might want to tell his defensive linemen, we're not just holding the line of scrimmage here. I want you to penetrate, get upfield, try and get into the backfield and force a big play here. Try and get this Giants team going.
Under 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Lions lead 7-0, second down and 9. 2 tight ends for Detroit. Brandon Pettigrew and Tony Scheffler. And a fake handoff in the end zone. Sean Hill fires it and throws it away.
Okay, they're in the pistol formation. The key here is Sean Hill in the pocket when he delivers this pass? He is not outside the tackle box in my estimation, but what they're saying is he had a receiver in the area right there in Pettigrew, so they're not going to hit him for intentional grounding, which would have been a safety in the end zone.
Osi Umenyiora put the pressure on. Now the crowd vocal here on 3rd and 9. Hill goes underneath to Best, and Best is stopped at the 8-yard line. And that'll be 4th down coming up. So a great defensive stop by the Giants there after the terrific punt by Dodge. And Nick Harris will have to kick from his end zone.
That was well played by the Giants defense. Oftentimes when you have a great pass rush, all you think about is getting to the quarterback, and screens are effective against you. In this case, the Giants played it very well.
Darius Raynaud virtually at midfield here. And it's a good kick. Raynaud to the Giant 40, gets into Lion territory, and finally dropped at the 40-yard line of the Detroit Lions. So the field position, Jonathan Wade the tackle, a 52-yard kick. Harris did his job, but so did Raynaud, bringing it back 20.
He is eligible.
Unsuccessful first 2 drives for Eli Manning and the Giants. The fumble the first time and the 3 and out the next time. Sean Andrews, number 73, the former Eagle, lines up as an eligible lineman. First down on the 40 of the Lions. Eli Manning down the middle, and the pass is caught at the 20 by Steve Smith. A 20-yard gain. C.C. Brown on the coverage. First down, New York.
Dick, you pointed out Sean Andrews had reported in as an eligible offensive lineman, giving them an extra blocker. So that's a heavy run formation. So they planted that seed with the Lions and came out and threw the ball out of that set. Steve Smith almost unimpeded into the secondary until the catch is made, and C.C. Brown makes the tackle.
And they had a lot of time there. And by the way, Brandon Jacobs in this series in the game at running back, and gets his first carry and bulls forward inside the 15-yard line. They'll mark it at the 14 with Zach Follett, the linebacker, making the tackle. A pickup for Jacobs of 6 yards.
And this is the run that the Giants want to see out of Brandon Jacobs. Watch the way he finishes the run. This is a 260-pound back who puts his pads down and tries to run through a tackle. No dancing, no trying to slide to the side. Straight ahead, bodies flying.
Second down and 4. And the quick pass to the outside, but Hakeem Nicks gets away from Alphonso Smith initially, and then the Lions stop him. And for a game break, let's check in again with Kurt Menefee.
While you're smiling as you started Deshaun Jackson on your fantasy team, he ran a touchdown from 31 yards out and now has caught one from 34 away. Still in the first quarter, he's got 2 scores, and the Eagles have a 14-0 lead over the Falcons. Dick and Charles.
Even though they're in Philadelphia, a bit of a surprise. The Eagles, along with the Giants and the Redskins, 3-2. That's why the Dallas-Minnesota game so crucial to both teams. Coming up next, 3rd down and 5. And there's movement and a free play. Pass is caught inside the 5-yard line by Steve Smith, as Alphonso Smith had jumped off sides for the Lions. That seems to be the call, and you can see Tom Coughlin said we'll decline it and take the first down.
Offside defense, number 27. That penalty decline. Result of the play, first down.
I'm not sure that was actually what the Lions wanted to do in terms of the blitz,
Number
because
73
Alphonso Smith
reports as an eligible receiver. 73 is
had to
eligible.
cross over another defender. He had to cross his face to get to the quarterback on the blitz he was coming from. Normally, that's the closest guy in that goes for the blitz.
Well, he had a long way to go on that one, Charles. So first and goal at the 4. Brandon Jacobs territory, and Brandon Jacobs touchdown for the Giants. And Bear Pasco, a tight end playing fullback, leading the way for Brandon Jacobs.
Madison Hedgecock out of the lineup due to a hamstring injury. Watch the lead block by Bear Pasco. Normally a tight end straightens him up, and look at Brandon Jacobs again, finishing a run, running through one tackle, over another one, and into the end zone.
4-yard touchdown run, his 3rd of the year for Jacobs. And now Shane Graham with his first kick attempt since joining the Giants. And the kick is good, and we're tied 7-7 with a minute and a half remaining in the first quarter, as the Giants go 40 yards on 5 plays to tie the contest.
So coming right at you now, look at 86. That's Pasco. He leads. Good job on the backside by Kareem McKenzie, number 67, moving the ball, moving the line of scrimmage down, and then Brandon Jacobs. Remember recently, Dick, he'd get into the end zone, not much emotion, kind of hand the ball over. He said it's about time to start bringing the emotion back. He's enjoying playing the game of football again.
And of course, he can't like the fact that he's playing second fiddle to Ahmad Bradshaw, although that is the performance of Bradshaw that gets it that way. But the Giants seem to be on the same page, and that was a big scoring drive. Well, there's a new way to play fantasy football. Make real-time substitutions in a 20-minute fast-paced game. New games start every 15 minutes. Play now at foxsports.com/live. So Graham will be kicking off, and back deep is Stephon Logan for the Lions. And this is a short kick. And 2 Lions collide as the ball goes out of bounds. And why you would try for a ball going away is unbelievable.
And not just one guy, but 2. Is that Tony Scheffler,
yes,
85?
And Jerome Felton.
And Jerome Felton, 45. And remember, it's just like baseball. The deepest guy calls the ball. So on that play, Felton should have been calling and saying who was going to handle the football. The retreating guy should leave it alone, turn back and look to block. And that's what's being discussed right now. You have to take charge, Jerome Felton. You're the deep guy.
You have to call for the ball as a center fielder.
Just
right?
like a center fielder does. Makes the call. Everyone else has to listen to that and go to it the right way. Bad play all the way around, because that should have been an out-of-bounds kickoff, and they have the ball in great field position.
They would have had it on the 40. You're right. First down on the 16 for the Lions. 7-7 the score, and here is an end around, and it's Nate Burleson, and the Giants are there. Deion Grant makes the play for the Giants, so it looks as if right now that early 7-0 lead, the Giants have recovered here.
Deion Grant's not even coming from the secondary, Dick. He's coming from the line of scrimmage. When you talk about people being dropped in the box, Deion Grant is right in the middle of it, off of the edge, never was fooled on the play, and makes a big tackle in the backfield.
Now it's 2nd and 17. Back on the 9. And now Umenyiora jumped off sides for the Giants.
Offside. Defense, number 72. Anybody to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So it's still 2nd and long, 2nd and 12 coming up for the Lions.
Not much you can criticize Osi Umenyiora for this year, playing very well. But those are the types of plays that make coaches crazy. You have a huge advantage. Why do you give something back to the team?
Over anxious. 2nd down and 12 from the 14. John Best. And he doesn't get much as he brings it out to the 15-yard line. So it was Rocky Bernard, the backup tackle.
Now with 3rd and 11, now you see the Giants are going to go to their pass rushing unit. Try and put a little bit of pressure on Shaun Hill.
And the Lions, with 5 seconds to go in the quarter, are not going to get it off. And that will end the first quarter here at New Meadowlands Stadium. Shaun Hill with a 14-yard touchdown pass to Nate Burleson following a turnover, and then Brandon Jacobs with the touchdown. 7-7 the score. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after a break from your local Fox station. Start of the second quarter, tied 7-7.
This would be a spot now that the Giants will put 4 defensive ends on the field. They only have 3 because of Mathias Kiwanuka's injury.
And they have 3 safeties in the game. 3rd down and 11 from the 15. Shaun Hill finally finds a receiver, but it's incomplete. Intended for Tony Scheffler. So once again, the Giants looking at good field position.
And Perry Fewell doing a few different things on defense with his packages that are a little bit outside the norm. 3 defensive ends instead of 4 in a pass rush situation, mainly because of injury to Kiwanuka. He doesn't have the 4th guy. But in the secondary, instead of a nickel corner coming in, they bring in an extra safety and play with 3 safeties because they like their coverage ability.
Nick Harris punting for the second time, and Darius Reynaud backing up, bobbling it but controlling it, and Reynaud has some room before he is tripped up, and he is stopped at the 45-yard line. So the Giants will have good field position again, and it's been kind of an interesting game because the turnover costing the Giants, but they defensively have held the Lions to bad field position and having to kick.
Set up the touchdown because of what they did after the great punt by Dodge that was down at the 4-yard line. The Giants defense didn't let them out, so field position flip. That set things up for Eli Manning and his unit, starting their offense on the plus side of Detroit.
First down at the 46, and Eli Manning's pass, and it's caught, and it should be a first down to Steve Smith. Obvious that Steve Smith is Eli's main target so far in this game. Gain of 11 yards that time.
From the eyes of Eli Manning to the hands of Steve Smith, who does a nice job of making sure the catch is made and not worried about getting downfield.
Smith, 4 catches for 50 yards. And a first down at the 43 of the Lions. Eli under pressure, throws off balance, but it's caught by Kevin Boss at the 40-yard line. And no gain on the play. And for a game break, let's check in again with Kurt Menefee.
Ben Roethlisberger was intercepted on his 3rd pass of the game. He makes up for it, hanging in there and finding Mike Wallace later on. 29-yard reception. Roethlisberger, back from that suspension, throws his first TD of the year, and they lead it 7-3 over the Browns. Dick and Charles?
It's got to feel good being back.
Definitely not much rust. He played the whole preseason and then had the open week to help him get ready with 2 weeks of preparation.
Second down and 7. Manning getting away and finally dropped at the 45 by Ndamukong Suh. Highly touted defensive tackle, the 2nd overall pick from Nebraska.
Oftentimes when you get to the quarterback, it's because your secondary's covering pretty well. Chris Houston there. Look on the other side, Alphonso Smith on Hakeem Nicks. And then Eli Manning trying to find a target, but in his face is pass rush. Ndamukong Suh, the beneficiary of a team effort.
And a loss of 5. That is Suh's 4th sack. He leads the Lions. Loss of 5. 3rd down and 12. Back at the 45 of Detroit. Manning, pressure in the middle, and he was trying to get it to Boss, but he was covered, so he just threw it into the ground, and it was Suh again putting up pressure on Eli Manning. And 4th down coming up.
Look at the interior here. This is where the Giants are going to have some trouble right now because Ndamukong Suh is really bringing the pressure. And then on the other side, Sammy Hill, who started most of last year, now is the 3rd defensive tackle, collapsed the pocket early. and that affected Eli Manning's ability to look downfield.
Matt Dodge, last time he kicked, and this is a low snap, it dropped on the 4-yard line. Directional kicking here, and this one will go into the end zone. And the Lions will take it out at the 20-yard line. We're early in the second quarter. Dick Stockton and Charles Davis, the Giants and the Lions all tied.
Today's game is sponsored by Coors Light, the new Silver Bullet aluminum pint from Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL, by Dish Network, and by the new Ford Edge. The world has never seen a crossover quite like this.
Well, the Lions will start from the 20, and it looks like they have a little breathing room starting from there, Charles.
A lot better than starting from your own 4. Changes what you do with the playbook. The big thing, winning on first down. Can they get 5-6 yards to keep the Giants' pass rush at bay?
Every team wants to do that, but it means more for the Lions considering the pass rush. And here is Kevin Smith carrying for the first time in the game, and he's brought down by the middle linebacker Jonathan Goff. So Kevin Smith running the ball, and Jahvid Best, the impressive rookie. You don't often see this. 6 carries for 6 yards, all 6 for exactly 1 yard.
And we spent time with Scott Linehan, the offensive coordinator. What was the one thing he said to us about the run game, Dick? No 0 or negative runs. And on that down, they got a negative run.
So there was a negative run, second down and 12. They keep him out, and the pass is dropped up the middle by Jerome Felton. So Felton was free and had a chance to come close to the first down. It'll be 3rd and 12.
And what's so important about the no negative runs or 0 runs is what they call staying ahead of the chains, down in distance. 2nd and short, 3rd and short. Instead now, they're confronted with 3rd and long, which means the Giants' pass rush can get active.
Hill gets time, and the pass is caught by Calvin Johnson. And he's down at the 39-yard line. And that is the first pass caught by Johnson. Good for 21 yards. And Kenny Phillips making the tackle.
Did you see the face of Tom Coughlin over there? You know what he's thinking? He's a guy, number 81, that we circle in our scouting report the day we know we're playing the Detroit Lions, and we automatically are double teaming him. Instead, he's wide open on that play.
Calvin Johnson comes out. Bryant Johnson comes in, and Jahvid Best finally gains more than 1 yard as he carries to the 41-yard line. Phillips again on the play. He got 2 this time. Giants have outrushed the Lions 31-5.
But you don't expect the Lions to have a great accumulation of yards at the end of the game. They just want to have enough to take some of the edge off the pass rush and allow them to operate most of their offense.
2nd down and 8. 5th consecutive start for Shaun Hill. Pass caught by Brandon Pettigrew. His first reception of the game, and being 3rd down and short. So there's Shaun Hill, who's running the Lions offense until Matthew Stafford gets by and comes back in a couple of weeks.
A starter in the NFL before, previously in San Francisco. Spent 3 years as the number 3 quarterback in Minnesota. He's one of those guys they call a sneaky athlete. You don't think he's as athletically inclined as he is, and he makes plays.
Calvin Johnson back in there. Wide to the left on 3rd down and 3. Flush from the pocket and throwing it away. So the Giants again hold on 3rd down, and it was Deion Grant who came in from his safety position and forced Hill to throw it away. And so the Giants hold again, and after 1 first down, and Nick Harris is on to kick.
And it was a good pass rush, but it was also nice coverage. Michael Boley, the linebacker, running underneath with Brandon Pettigrew, who was the outlet for Shaun Hill, unable to get the ball to him.
Harris is kicking to Darius Raynaud. Another good hang time kick, and it will go out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 7-yard line. Tonight it's game 2 of the National League Championship Series. The Giants beat the Phillies 4-3 last night in Philadelphia, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific for this game 2. Cody Ross, 2 solo home runs. Tim Lincecum, the winning pitcher. He has struck out 22 in 2 games in the playoffs. Jason Worth, 2-run homer, made it close. But the Giants held on and won 4-3. The Giants, New York style, starting from the 7th. Manning handing off to Ahmad Bradshaw, and Bradshaw is met head on. Close to no gain. C.C. Brown, the strong safety.
Interesting little matching going on between the offenses and the defenses. The Giants, you would think, would come out in a heavy set. Backed up. They came out with 3 wides, solo back, and the Lions elected to play nickel against that.
Going with a heavier running back now as Brandon Jacobs comes into the game on 2nd and 9.
Old-fashioned now, Bear Pasco, the lead fullback in front of him.
Going to be a pass, and it's caught by Hakeem Nicks. Alphonso Smith covering on the play. Nicks picking up 7.
And this is a matchup I know the Giants like because we're seeing it early in the game. This is the 3rd time now when Alphonso Smith is matched up with Hakeem Nicks that Eli Manning wants to get the ball to Nicks. He likes the size advantage that Nicks has over Alphonso Smith, wants to put it in the hands of his playmaker and let him make a move outside.
So far, Steve Smith with 4 catches has been Eli Manning's favorite. It'll be 3rd and 2. Manning drills it, and it's caught by Mario Manningham, and a first down. Really got mustard on that pass, Charles, and a first down to the 29, a pickup of 14.
You certainly can't lollipop a slant route. You've got to put something on it, and Eli Manning does exactly that. Quick 3-step. Mario Manningham breaks it off, lets the strong safety clear underneath, and the ball is delivered right on the number.
A lot of buzz on that throw. 1st and 10 at the 29. Manning overthrows Smith. So far, Eli Manning has completed 9 of 14 for 75 yards. And, you know, always they talk about the defense being the key, but if he gets protection, and so far he has, he can pass successfully against anybody.
And the number that was not shown, because it hasn't happened, 0 interceptions. That's the number that the Giants are looking for.
2nd down and 10. Brandon Jacobs coming up to make the play. Corey Williams, and a late flag is down. Louis Delmas coming on to cut him down. Flag thrown at the 29.
Holding offense, number 86. 10-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
They call it on Bear Pasco.
He's a tight end by trade, but they're using him at fullback to fill in for Madison Hedgecock. That's something Bear Pasco did in college at Fresno State. This time he was lined up more like a tight end and got too much cloth as he came off the line of scrimmage.
You saw Corey Williams walk off the field. Big acquisition from the Browns. At tackle, replaced by Sammy Hill, number 91.
Saw the zebra call from the sideline about the offensive set.
2nd down and 20. And now some pressure on Manning, escapes it, and the pass incomplete. Not close to Manningham, and another flag is down. That one down near the line of scrimmage.
He'll use the hands to the face. Number 90 of the offense. That penalty is declined.
Should be the other way. It's against the defense.
Correction. He'll use the hands to the face. Number 90 of the defense. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Pretty good left to the jaw right there in Ndamukong Suh on Sean O'Hara, coming back into the lineup after an absence of 3 games.
And the worst thing that teams can do is commit a defensive penalty for a first down when you have the other club fairly deep in their own end. 1st and 10 now at the 24. Ahmad Bradshaw gets an opening off the right side, breaks a tackle, and Delmas finally rides him down. Chris Houston had first shot at Bradshaw, and a gain of 15 yards, and a good opening off the right side for the Giants.
That'd be Chris Snee, number 76, Green McKenzie, number 67. They get some help with Kevin Boss, 89. Hole opens, but watch here. Ahmad Bradshaw gets Chris Houston lined up, and look at the stiff arm to knock off the tackle attempt.
So Brandon Jacobs with some good power running and a first down at the 39 of the Giants. They go to Jacobs again, and Jacobs this time is slowed down by Ashley Palmer, who's starting at middle linebacker, limiting Jacobs to a pickup of 4.
But it's a good hard 4. It's that punishing 4 that the Giants are looking for from Brandon Jacobs. They don't want any more dancing. All right, they leave that for the scat backs. You're 260 pounds with a lot of pads on, head down, moving straight ahead, make them feel every run.
Giants have outrushed the Lions 51-7 in a tie game. Second down and 6. Manning completes it to Bear Pasco, and Pasco will get the first down. The Lions had a chance to stop him before the sticks. Julian Peterson gets the tackle and a first down in midfield.
And watch where the initial hit takes place. Bear Pasco really hasn't gotten a good opportunity to get his shoulders turned forward, but he's able to do so because Julian Peterson catches him about the waist and is unable to get to the legs and pull them out from underneath him. Once you get the shoulders square, now it takes your momentum forward again. Bear Pasco with some determined running.
You get the feeling the Giants could do anything they want against this defense?
Right now, they've got it set up that on first down, it's an anything they want down.
Bradshaw with another big gain and another first down as he gets inside the Lions 40. Delmas finally tackles him in a gain of 11, and now the Giants are picking up yards in chunks.
And they've got something going well on their right side of the line. McKenzie, 67 at tackle. Snee, 76 at guard. And watch Seibert, 69. Look at him pull around on the short turn. Meets him right there in the hole. Wide open for Ahmad Bradshaw to pick up another first down.
And a first down at the 39. The offensive line getting it done. Manningham goes in motion right. And it's Manningham on the reception. And he's hit after a gain of about 3.5 yards by Alphonso Smith. Time now for a game break. Kurt Menefee.
The Packers don't have Ryan Grant. They don't have Jermichael Finley, but they still have Aaron Rodgers and Greg Jennings. The two hook up for the longest pass of the short career of Aaron Rodgers, 86 yards and a score. They lead the Dolphins 10-7. Dick?
You get any quarterback time, he'll beat you. Aaron Rodgers in particular. Second down and 7. Bradshaw into the middle of the line, and that'll bring up a 3rd and short. Sammy Hill makes the tackle after 3.
Remember earlier in the game, the Lions' defensive front, which they feel is one of the key features of their team, was really active in making plays. Kevin Gilbride has been dialing up some runs in recent series, and now they're starting to get them back on their heels a little bit. Now you're seeing the power of the Giants' offensive line taking control of the line of scrimmage.
Both running backs are out. The Giants have controlled the ball for 6 more minutes than the Lions. And Corey Williams is back in defensive tackle for Detroit. 3rd down and 4. And there's Manning, and Manning going deep into the end zone. It's touchdown to Mario Manningham. And a flag back at the line of scrimmage. So Tom Coughlin.
Personal foul.
Touchdown.
Roughing the passer. 92 in the defense. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Cliff Averill roughs Manning who throws a laser for 33 yards.
That was so blatantly late. That's not even close. Averill didn't really clock him, but why even bother to touch him? The concentration by Manning downfield to Manningham. Beautiful. All set up by the run game of the Giants, allowing the offensive line on 3rd and 4 to pass protect very well. And Manning steps up and delivers.
And they'll mark the 15 yards off on the kickoff. Shane Graham for the extra point. And the kick is good, and the Giants lead for the first time, 14-7.
You may hit Eli Manning, but when he delivers, he lets you know about it.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Windows 7.
Giants take the lead on a 93-yard drive, but that defensive penalty by Sue on 2nd and long gave the Giants a first down, and they went from there. 11 plays, and Eli Manning, superb. And then, of course, the roughing the passer, which really didn't mean much. That's going to affect the kickoff, and it's down in the end zone by the Lions. Lions on the short end of a 14-7 game. We'll be back.
Eli Manning's in his 7th season in the NFL. He's seen a few things. Watch the coverage. He's going to watch this safety. If this safety comes up, he's got automatic one-on-one coverage to the outside with Mario Manningham on Jonathan Wade. The safety comes up on this route, which means right here, he's got the post back deep. No one in the middle of the field as a safety. Easy pickings for Eli Manning.
And Manningham's 2nd touchdown catch of the year. 1st and 10 at the 20. Kevin Smith. Tackled by John Pierre Paul. Is a fumble on the play. Down by contact, the officials rule. So there is no fumble on the play. And a gain of 6.
And this is exactly what Detroit has to avoid, because now the Giants are in a position up 7, thinking about putting a big number up before the half.
Pettigrew, the tight end, he'll have a first down out to the 32-yard line.
See him, the Giants, as Jason Pierre-Paul stripping at the football, and that ball seemed to be coming loose before he went down to the ground.
First down for the Lions on their own 33, now trailing, and this pass caught by Burleson, who slips. Right now for game break, Kurt Menefee checking in from the West Coast.
Not only are the Eagles thumping the Falcons, but Kevin Cobb looks good. Hooking up with Jeremy Maclin for an 8-yard score. 21-0 Eagles on top. Cobb 11 of 14, 130 yards, and 2 touchdown passes in the first half. Dick and Charles.
Thank you, Kurt. 2nd down and 8. Kevin Smith carries, and that will bring up a 3rd down as we wind down to the 2-minute warning here at New Meadowlands Stadium. The Giants were trailing 7-0, and the Lions scored on a turnover, but they lead now. We'll be right back.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by AT&T. Rethink possible.
Normally nickel situations, you're trotting extra corners on the field. The Giants comfortable playing 3 safeties. Deion Grant, Antrell Roll, and Kenny Phillips. They've been doing it all year with plenty of success.
Lions were 3 for 3 on their touchdown drive, 1 for 4 since. They need 5 yards here.
Can anyone pick up a first down other than Calvin Johnson for the Lions?
Sean Hill looking for a target, and he completes it to Calvin Johnson. And so they went to Calvin Johnson, and a gain of 22 yards with Webster on the tackle. First down.
Zone coverage for the Giants in their nickel situation, and Calvin Johnson does a nice job of hooking up, sitting down against the zone, and moving in the sight lines of his quarterback in order to complete the pass.
First down on the Giant 40. Hand off to Kevin Smith. Smith with a good gain and close to the first down. Barry Cofield brings him down. And a penalty flag is down with 1:20 to go. Lions still have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, as do the Giants.
And this might be coming back, Dick. Steven Peterman cleaning up the play at the end, the offensive lineman for the Lions. That might have been what drew the flag, was the hit late. Watch as the play concludes. Watch 66 come into play here, diving onto the pile and leads with his head too.
After the play, personal foul. Number 66 to the offense, unnecessary roughness. 15-yard penalty, first down.
And that's a 1-and-4 play. All right, when your team's 1-and-4, those are the types of plays that define why you're not winning football games at the rate that you want to.
So instead of a possible first down at the 30, it'll be first down at the 40. Stephen Peterman with the critical penalty. Sean Hill getting a rush, and the pass trying to get it off quickly.
No respect for the head coach there. No respect. You got to know that's the head coach. You take a little step behind, a quick step in front. Hey, coach, here I come. Let him know.
Second down and 10. 1:16 to go, and the Lions will call their first timeout. And right now they're not in field goal range. That's what that penalty did to their situation now. Coming up on the Visa halftime report, Kurt, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy scores and highlights from around the league. And how about the Philadelphia Eagles with a 21-0 lead over Atlanta? Falcons coming in first place in the NFC South. Eagles tied for first with the Redskins and Giants in the East. And Jay Cutler returning to the Chicago Bears. And here's a look at Drew Stanton with his helmet on, throwing on the sidelines.
And Sean Hill went to the bench and was getting some medical attention, and that's caused Drew Stanton to start warming up. Take a look at why. The pass rush getting him low and came down a little awkwardly as he went to the bench to get some attention.
And Drew Stanton is going to come in the game, and Hill is going to go into the locker room.
And if you're the Giants right now, you think about going after Drew Stanton. You got to go after the young quarterback coming off the bench cold.
In his fourth year from Michigan State, Drew Stanton called in here on second down and 10 in the waning moments of the half, and this pass overthrown Brian Johnson, who made a move toward the quarterback. Justin Tuck had what you said in mind, and he was trying to get to Stanton.
And Drew Stanton is not the most agile quarterback in the pocket. He has accuracy issues. And right now, if you're the Giants, you've got to think about heavy pressure in his face as Justin Tuck provided there.
Kevin Smith going out as a receiver wide to the left. And third down and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And that's Calvin Johnson there. You try and go to your security blanket when you don't have very many options.
If you have time. And there's Stanton taking off. And Stanton diving, and he makes a terrific play. And let's see if he got to the first down sticks as he extended his arm. And they mark it. It may be a little shy with fourth down coming up.
Excellent effort by Drew Stanton, because they had him dead to rights a couple of times, and he kept maneuvering and sifting down the field. How he got this done, I'm not really sure, and I don't think the Giants are sure either. But good hustle, great effort, and great understanding about where the sticks are and diving close to the first down.
Barry Cofield chasing him. And it'll be fourth down and less than one. And the Lions, and I think this is a smart decision going for it.
I don't think there's any option for them. There's no reason not to go for it here. Try and pick up your first down and continue the drive.
Fourth down and less than one. And a play-action pass, and it's caught by Tony Scheffler. And Scheffler gets the first down to the 34-yard line. And they're limping on the sideline, and a timeout is called by the Lions. Their second, stops the clock with 48 seconds remaining, and Scheffler limping on the sideline.
This play shows the most respect the Lions have for the front of the Giants. Why? They didn't even try to run the ball here, because look at how everything was clogged up. Good job by Scott Linehan with the play action, and Drew Stanton almost messed up this pass, because there is a tough catch for Tony Scheffler. That should be an easy throw. Put it right on him and let him get upfield. Scheffler with an excellent catch to pick up the first down.
Right now, it would be a 51-yard field goal attempt for Hansen. 48 seconds remaining in the half, and the Lions are down to 1 timeout. It'll be a first down. They'll mark it at the 33. Calvin Johnson to the bottom part of your screen, to the right. There he is. Long count, Standing gets a rush and gets rid of it and throws it away. Let's go to Laura Oakman, and hold on, we have a flag down in midfield.
They're going to call him for grounding here.
Intentional grounding. Offense. Number 5.
This is a play where Perry Fewell just said, I've had enough of this, all right? Congratulations, he made a couple of plays. Go get him. Deion Grant right in his face. He tries to get rid of the football to an area where there's no one available, and he's in the pocket. Out of the pocket, over the line of scrimmage, he's fine. In the pocket, no one in the area. Referee right on top of the call. What Jim Schwartz, I think, is upset about is he felt like the Giants talked him into the call because it was such a late flag.
Because he won it.
Most in the NFL, the Lions, 52 penalties. They had one on defense that hurt them when the Giants scored their go-ahead touchdown, and they've had a couple here. And they're back to midfield with 43 seconds left. And second down and 25, make it 26 coming up.
And the second part of this blitz strategy of the Giants, you pointed it out, Dick, they were close to field goal range. Right around field goal range is when defensive coordinators really get expansive with their package because they've almost conceded the 3. They want to see if they can take you out of the 3-point attempt and put you back.
And Perry Fewell and the Giants may have done that. Jason Hanson has 43 career field goals from 50 or more, most of anyone who ever kicked in this game.
His long this year is 52.
Second down and 26. They go underneath. Calvin Johnson on a shallow cross gets to the 37-yard line. Lions don't want to use a timeout yet. They have one left.
They want to try and get a little bit closer for him. 56 is his career long, 52 this season.
They need more yards, the Lions do. And there's a completion, and now they have to call the timeout. Brian Johnson makes the tackle at the 31. And the timeout is called, and Jason Hanson will come on now. You mentioned the 52-yarder as the Lions use their last timeout. Let's go now, Laura Oakman.
Dick, Sean Hill in the locker room. Trainers right now looking at his hand. His return for the second half is questionable. I'll update it for you second half.
Thank you, Laura.
That was not an artistic drive for Drew Stanton, but he did a good job getting them into range for Jason Hanson.
Wasn't pretty, but let's
not...
see what happens with Hanson now. It'll be a 50-yard field goal try. 3 seconds left in the half. And the Giants will call a timeout. A familiar maneuver we've seen throughout the league.
We've been talking about this a lot recently, about the late timeout and what it does. And someone did a study recently, and they're saying that if you call the timeout, the longer the distance, actually the odds go in favor of the kicker making the kick as opposed to the kicker missing it. The longer the distance, they're saying with a timeout, 56% of the time they make the field goal upwards of in the range of 50 yards.
Well, we're going to see if that percentage goes up or down pretty soon. So Hanson with Nick Harris holding. And this kick is good. You want to talk about a screwball kick that went left to right. A line drive kick by Hanson. Look how that ball went through, and it just did. And that is the end of the first half. Giants lead the Lions 14-10, and Fox NFL Sunday will continue with the Visa halftime report after these messages. Moments away from the start of the third quarter, Drew Stanton is warming up. It appears he's going to start the third quarter for the Lions. Week 1, Matthew Stafford, hit by Julius Peppers late in the first half, left the game with an injured right shoulder. It's a sprained left shoulder, and he has not played since. And then with 1:16 to go in the half, Sean Hill took this hit, and he went down and hurt his left hand. And he had to leave the game, and Drew Stanton came in. So the Lions down to their third quarterback. And by the way, Matthew Stafford is here as the third quarterback. Anything happens to Stanton, Hill can't play. Stafford would have to be the guy. What about the Lions quarterback situation now?
Well, they don't want that to happen. This is not the day they want Matthew Stafford back against the Giants pass rush. But if Drew Stanton has to take the game from this point on, if you're Perry Fewell of the Giants, it's attack, 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 and attack again. I thought Stanton did a nice job getting him a field goal at the end of the half. But overall, I would just put as much pressure on him as possible. For the Giants, don't change a thing offensively. They were really in command from midway through the first quarter on.
Sean Hill has not come out of the locker room, and there is Stephon Logan, who is back deep for the Lions. Shane Graham, who is signed by the Giants when Lawrence Tynes turned an ankle on Friday. Now the kicker, and he bounces one. Picked up by Jerome Felton, and Felton brings it out to about the 30. Right now, let's go down to Laura Oakman.
Dick, Sean Hill is still in the locker room. The trainers are still evaluating his left hand. I talked to Jim Schwartz, who said no matter who's throwing the ball, we need to establish the run. We can't give up on it because it hasn't been working. That's what they're going to try to establish the second half and clean up the penalties. Tom Coughlin said that's what he's expecting. He said they haven't been able to get the run going, but we know that's what they're going to come out with. Big thing defensively, Giants pressure. He said we got to get after the quarterback. That's what we do.
First down at the 35. Thank you, Laura. And they'll probably dare him to throw as they plan for Sean Hill. Drew Stanton going underneath, and dropping it is Felton. 2nd and 10.
Dick, if they dared Sean Hill to throw the ball, they're going to double dog dare Drew Stanton to throw the ball. As we look at the stats from the first half, I mean, Drew Stanton, a nice job getting them in position for Jason Hansen's field goal at the end of the half. Eli Manning, nice rhythm in the first half. If Sean Hill can't come back, though, you sleep well at night if Drew Stanton actually beats you, but you're going to go after him and force him to do so.
2nd down and 10. False start penalty against Detroit. Will mark off 5.
Start. 84 the offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Tight end Brandon Pettigrew. So there you go. You've got the long yardage, and that means the Giants could be teeing off here.
Laura just talked about it. Said Jim Schwartz told her we have to clean up the penalties that we had in the first half. These are the penalties that set you back with your second, really your third quarterback now in the game because of Matthew Stafford's injury earlier this year.
Lions 6 penalties for 61 yards. That's a lot for a half. 2nd down and 15. Stanton, and making the catch, Calvin Johnson doesn't get much. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. He'll need about 11 yards on this next play. Antrell Roll making the tackle.
And this might be a down where Perry Fewell shows pressure, makes Drew Stanton think that he's coming, and then drops into coverage.
Calvin Johnson has caught 4 passes for 59 yards. Longest one was 22 for a first down.
And here he is out here all the way wide working against Corey Webster.
3rd down and 10. And they go to Pettigrew, and Pettigrew may have the first down with that extra effort with his arm. Let's see where they mark it.
I think he's just short.
Deion Grant made the tackle. That's an unofficial yellow line that you see. Now this should be a measurement, I would think.
I thought he was just short as he came down. There's a tackle from Deion Grant, and as you pointed out, Dick, excellent extension by Pettigrew to get the ball towards the first down marker. He comes down right on our unofficial yellow line.
Question is, was his knee down before the ball came down? So they measure.
Looks like they gave him the full extension on the spot, though.
Ooh, short by a few inches on their 46-yard line.
And the Lions were hurrying up, prior to the measurement to try and get to the line of scrimmage, and it appeared they wanted to go for it in that situation. I don't see any sign of the punter coming out now. I see an extra tight end coming into the game.
Yep, they already went for a 4th down and 1 and made it, but they're doing it in their own territory here. And there's the challenge for Tom Coughlin. Why would they challenge here? Why would you waste a challenge here?
I'm not really sure. I think the only thing I would say is that Tom Coughlin's going to say to them, if you look at that replay, was his knee down long before the extension took place. You gave him the full extension. If you're saying with the knees down, the ball's not going out that far.
The thing is, it was 4th down. They didn't get the 1st down, and they know the Lions are going to go for it. So, you know, if you're going to say that it may be more than just a few inches, that's all you're going to win.
He might be challenging the spot, though.
That's exactly what he's doing. Yep. But, you know, so it may be more. And I think they talked to Tom Coughlin and realized that not a wise thing to do, which they do with head coaches. So it's 4th down and 1. And it's Drew Stanton with a sneak. And this isn't an automatic either. We'll see where they spot it. And looking where they spotted the ball, this is going to be very close. They're going to measure again.
Remember the last time they were in 4th down, they took the ball off the line of scrimmage, a little play action, and got Stanton out on the corner, and he got the 1st down. This time they went with the sneak, and it appears he got it.
Yep, they did by half of a football.
See, if you're the Giants, and every time you put the pressure on Drew Stanton, one thing you have to keep in mind is what? The Lions screen game. That's what got him close to the 1st down on this one. Screen the tight end Pettigrew. So you got to play the screen game on your way to the quarterback.
Jahvid Best hasn't done anything rushing. Caught a couple of passes, going out in a pass, and there's an in-stride completion to Bryant Johnson. And another 1st down gets it to the Giant 40-yard line. Thomas covering and a pickup of 14. So they've got to throw quickly against any pass rush the Giants may have.
And if you're going to throw those types of passes, that means your wide receivers are winning that route on the 1st step of the line of scrimmage in order to get open and get into the secondary.
1st down on the 40 of the Giants. Inside handoff, Jahvid Best. And Best tackled by Cofield from behind, but not before Jahvid Best. 1st round draft pick from University of California, has been battling a turf toe, gets 5 on the play. Cowboys and Vikings coming up next. How badly do they need that game? Both teams have won 1 game. And then, of course, tonight, Game 2 of the NLCS. The Giants and the Phillies.
Cowboys-Vikings game, essentially our first playoff game of the year.
Right. 2nd down and 5. Here's Best. And just a couple of yards for Best. Kenny Phillips.
It's early in Drew Stanton's tenure here today, 2nd series. But what he's done very well is avoided giving the Giants the big play. He has not gone back into the pocket and had the ball batted in his face. He hasn't given it up on a fumble or thrown an interception.
3rd down and 3. Stanton's pass, and it's caught. It'll be a 1st down. Nate Burleson, who caught the touchdown pass, and a flag back at the 35-yard line. So Burleson showing the speed, but let's wait and see what the call is. 28 yards pending the penalty.
The Giants feel it's going against the Lions.
Illegal formation. Offense. 6 men on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
And not only have the Lions committed a lot of penalties, they've committed them at bad times for them. Really bad times.
All right, we talk about 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they got them, you know, they needed another guy on the line of scrimmage. It's got to be where they've got someone covered. Right. Tough spot for the Lions, trying to get your formations down. You can't cover up a lineman. Guys have to be up on the line of scrimmage if you're the tackles.
3rd down and 8. And here's Drew Stanton hanging in there, losing the ball, and the Giants pick it up. The Giants recover at their 43-yard line. Justin Tuck picks up the loose ball, and it was Umenyiora who knocked it loose, a loss of 5 yards, and the Giants with their first turnover recovery today. Great play by Umenyiora.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By Bud Light, it's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go. By Lexus, this is the pursuit of tomorrow. This is the pursuit of perfection. And by UPS, let UPS put the power of logistics to work for you.
Sack fumble by those two, Umenyiora and Tuck, and the Giants will take over on their own 43. Leading by 4. It's a tight game. Lions hanging in there despite the mistakes and penalties. Eli Manning with the first Giant possession of the second half. Manning completes the slant to Steve Smith. 5th catch of the day for Smith. He gets a first down into Lion territory, picking up 14.
First play on offense of the second half for the Giants appears to be business as usual, doesn't it? First half, they started to really establish that 1st and 10, they could go in either direction, run down or throw down.
Meanwhile, there's Matthew Stafford helping out Drew Stanton on the bench. First down at the 43. Manning, wide open, Kevin Boss, inside the 20-yard line. C.C. Brown, the ex-Giant, and Boss picks up 25 yards.
And teams with designs on going deep into the playoffs take advantage of turnovers. The Lions give it up on offense. First 2 plays, the Giants, explosive plays downfield. Manning finding Boss on a nice pass in the seam.
Kevin Boss, who was a Lion fan growing up, his father Bob used to bring him all the paraphernalia, now working against the Detroit team. First down at the 18. Here comes the pressure on Manning. Picked up nicely. And the pass knocked away. Flag goes down, 2 of them. And it's Alphonso Smith defending against Hakeem Nicks. And the officials were all over it.
In the first half, we talked about why they like this matchup. It's a size differential. Hakeem Nicks stronger and wider. Alphonso Smith couldn't go through him to the ball.
Defense number 27. Automatic first down.
Watch here, okay? Watch why the penalty occurs. Alphonso Smith has good coverage, but he can't get through the body of Hakeem Nicks to make the play. He gets there a little bit early. Can't get around him because he's too wide for him and too strong, so he has to go over the top. Too early, flag thrown.
And yet another penalty. That's 56 for the year, 8 today, and a 10-yard pickup. And here is Ahmad Bradshaw trying to hold on to the ball, and Palmer was trying to strip it away, but a gain of 2, and it'll be 2nd and goal for the Giants.
Like the observation there, partner, about trying to strip it away. As we see all teams now, they try and get one guy secure the tackle. The second and third guy come in and work and try and strip the football. That's what we have there with Ashley Palmer and C.C. Brown.
And once again, Sean Andrews, a tackle lining up as an eligible receiver. He's number 73. There he is. 2nd down and goal. And they flip it to Bradshaw. Bradshaw gets hung up by Smith, breaks a tackle and gets inside the 5-yard line. It appeared, and right now Alphonso Smith is hurt, holding on to his right hand and arm as he leaves the field in an obvious pain.
And that's why he couldn't secure the tackle, because he makes the hit and the pain kicks in, and watch, he can't finish the wrap up. See, he's hurt at this point, so he has no strength to hold on. Now allow Bradshaw to come out. Jonathan Wade's in the game. I might think of attacking him right now with Hakeem Nicks down here.
3rd and goal from the 3. Manning looking his way and overthrows Nicks. You had it right. Spivey, the rookie from Iowa, covering Hicks. And more flags are thrown.
Thought he had gotten matched up with Wade, but Spivey just as well, trying to get the ball to Nix in the end zone.
Cliff Averill coming off the field and really upset. Jeff Triplett. Been a busy day for this crew.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 92 in the defense. Swinging a player but missed. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
And this was a third down play that the Lions had stopped. So here's Averill working against Kareem McKenzie. See the play finishing? McKenzie staying in front. He and Averill still pushing and jousting. And remember, they had stopped third down.
You know, Charles, this Lion team, besides committing numerous penalties and critical points for those penalties, losing their composure here. And the Giants leading by 4 points. It'll be first and goal at the 1.
And the Giants had lost their composure against Tennessee in Game 3 of this season.
And here's Manning, the throw from the 1, and his pass incomplete, thrown off the hands of Kevin Boss. And a flag is down once more. Flag City inside the red zone here early in this third quarter.
Prior to the pass, holding, 58 in the defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
So watch, right here where Ashley Palmer is covering Kevin Boss. He already has a hold of him. That's the call. It's not interference. It's holding prior to the ball even being delivered. Right now, if I'm the Giants, I come right at him with the hammer. Brandon Jacobs being led by Bear Pasco.
First and goal on the half-yard line. And here's Brandon Jacobs. And the Lions stop him. So Lions hammering right back. Will bring up second down and goal. Sammy Hill, I think, was the principal defender for the Lions on that play.
Well done by the Lions, getting penetration up front and no crease for Brandon Jacobs to run in. And he was met immediately. Listen to this.
So right now it appears as if Andrews and Seibert are both eligible receivers on second and goal. And here's the handoff to Jacobs, and he doesn't make it again. And the Lions hold off here. Third and goal coming up. The Giants had first and goal from the half-yard line.
But both times you're running almost parallel. You're moving your line instead of just coming off and firing. You're taking that little side step in the zone run game. That allowed a little bit of penetration. If you're going to run Jacobs again, I say go straight ahead, man on man, fire out.
They're not. They're going to throw. Manning. Pass. Caught. Touchdown to Travis Beckham. And the Giants finally get in the end zone following the turnover and a lot of penalties inside the 5.
They butted their heads against the wall twice. Decided to go play action, drag Travis Beckham across the formation, and Eli Manning puts it on him a little low, but Beckham goes down and secures the catch for the touchdown.
And Shane Graham on for the extra point with 6:43 to go in this third quarter. The kick is good, and the Giants lead now 21-10. Here was the fumble by Stanton. The Giants took over in good field position, and finally Beckham with his first touchdown catch of the year. The Giants lead by 11. Giants in front now over the Lions 21-10, and right now let's go down to Laura Oakman for an update on Sean Hill. Laura?
Dick, it'll be Drew Stanton's job to bring this Lions team back. Sean Hill is out. The Lions are saying it is his left arm and he will not return.
All right, thank you. So it's Drew Stanton now. The Giants went 57 yards for the touchdown, and the kickoff headed for Stephon Logan at the 6. Logan had a 105-yard return last week, but that was last week, and he is stopped at the 31. Take a break now. Drew Stanton running the show for the Lions.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Visa. More people go with Visa.
That's Vince Lombardi on the lower left, and Vince Lombardi was a great coach for the Giants under Jim Lee Howell in the 50s, an offensive coach. There he is with Wellington Mara, the Giant owners, and they are in previews now for what should be a hit Broadway show, Lombardi, that we had the pleasure of seeing, our crew, on Friday night, which we'll tell you about. First down on the 31-yard line, and the pitch to Jahvid Best, and he doesn't get much on the play. Dan Lauria is a perfect Lombardi. Looks like him, talks like him, and it was a tremendous theater in the round show that we enjoyed so much about this man and his history in Green Bay.
It was so good, Dick. I can't even get my chords straight. All right, we had so much fun at that. Dan Lauria was absolutely terrific, and what was even neater was Don Shula was in the audience that night, Coach Shula, and I felt like Dan Lauria played the whole evening for Don Shula's approval.
Second down and 10, and the pass caught by Scheffler, who's down immediately at the 32. And here are some clips.
Oh, look at that. The golden boy.
Don't argue with me, do it. Pride! That's what we play for. That's what we used to play for when the game was a game, and not a bunch of show business and reporters and the rest of that malarkey.
And it's about a reporter from the old Look magazine who comes to do a story. And they have actors as Paul Horning, Jim Taylor, and Dave Robinson, the former defensive end. Third down and 8. Drew Stanton out of the shotgun with 3 wide receivers. And Stanton's pass, and it's incomplete. Pettigrew was covered on the play by Kenny Phillips, so it'll be 4th down.
And on that play, the Giants get the full combo of what they want. They earned the right to rush the passer by making it 3rd and long. They rushed the passer, put pressure in his face, but they also got the coverage from Kenny Phillips to finish off the play.
Nick Harris will be kicking to Darius Raynaud. By the way, you mentioned Coach Don Shula. At the end of that play, Dan Lauria pointed to Shula as he left the stage following the curtain call. Here's the punt. Raynaud will let it drop, and it takes a bounce out of bounds. And so with 5:08 to go in the 3rd quarter, the Giants with the only scoring here in the 3rd quarter on a touchdown. Manning has thrown 2 today. We'll take a break. Tomorrow night at 8, 7 Central on an all-new House. As the smallest patient fights to survive, can House perform a miracle? It's a medical mystery that will surprise you until the very end. Jennifer Grey guest stars on an all-new House tomorrow night at 8, 7 Central on Fox. Viewer discretion is advised. The quick out to Hakeem Nicks. And he gets a yard, actually does not get out of bounds.
And they continue to try and utilize that matchup, but you have to give Alphonso Smith a lot of credit. As the Giants have scored a touchdown 3 of the last 4 possessions, he has not given up much to Hakeem Nicks out there in that matchup. Nice job coming up, making the play there, but I really am interested in Detroit's composure on defense. Things unraveled on the last series with a personal foul. Will they get it back and get back to playing the aggressive defense that they played earlier?
Giants have outrushed the Lions 70-43. 2nd down and 8. Play action for Manning, and he goes underneath to a wide open Ahmad Bradshaw. 1st down for Bradshaw as he gets near the 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 38.5. Ashley Palmer was defending, a gain of 11. See Atlanta coming back against the Eagles now. It's 21-10, and the Seahawks leading the Bears. Jay Cutler is back, and so is Sean Hill on the field, but you can see he's out of action. And the plan for the Lions, they have a bye week next week, and Matthew Stafford should be ready to go in their next game. 1st and 10. Here's Bradshaw off the right side. And a gain by Bradshaw out to the 44. And right now for a game break, here's Kurt.
Anquan Bolden, a nice offseason pickup. for the Baltimore Ravens. Joe Flacco hooking up with Bolden for the touchdown in New England. That made it 17-7. They lead at 17-10 right now. Bolden, 4 touchdown receptions, Dick. That matches his total all of last season with Arizona.
All right, Kurt.
And it's not often you see a guy who's been a number 2 receiver in offenses really ascend to become a number 1. Anquan Bolden has done it seamlessly for the Baltimore Ravens after leaving Arizona.
2nd down and 5. Manning has time. Steve Smith gets the first down close to midfield. Been a couple of sacks by the Lions early on, but since the offensive line has protected Manning beautifully.
And he does a nice job here with that protection of coming off of his initial receiver and checking it to his second receiver. He wanted Brandon Jacobs in the flat. Didn't have it. Came back and found Steve Smith inside.
Smith has caught 6 balls for 70 yards. And Eli Manning, percentage-wise, has been terrific today.
Single high safety look for the Lions. If they want to take a shot, it might be now.
Bradshaw. Bradshaw to the Lions' 45-yard line. A gain of 5.
How many times today, partner, have you said right side on the run plays for Ahmad Bradshaw or Brandon Jacobs? And it doesn't seem like they've gotten less than 5 yards of crack each time they've gone there. Yeoman's duty being done by that right side of the line with Chris Snee and Kareem McKenzie, and in the middle with Sean O'Hara and Rich Seibert pulling often to lead the backs.
Giants have averaged nearly 4.5 yards per carry. Bradshaw with 66 on the day. Again, Bradshaw. And again, another first down inside the Lions' 40. Giants with an 11-point lead and under a minute and a half to go in this third quarter, content to use the clock and run the ball, which they've done effectively. In fact, they have moved the ball basically any way they have really planned.
And they also checked Sean Andrews back into the game, number 73, giving him an extra blocker. And out of that look today, the Giants have done both. They've gone with the big power running game, and they faked the run and gone for the strike downfield in the pass game.
Under a minute in the third quarter.
So now your 2 tight ends are Boss and Sean Andrews.
Manning. Smith was there, but Smith has to be about 12 feet tall to grab that. Well, go to NFL.com's Game Center for Week 6 live game stats. Fan discussions as well as in-game video highlights and more only at NFL.com/scores. Tom Coughlin didn't want to say the word when people say trap game coming up.
Literally.
But, yeah.
He did not say it.
Nope. But you've got to concentrate, and in this league, there's no safe game. And at the beginning of it, it looked like this could be that. 2nd down and 10. Manning. Bradshaw underneath, and Bradshaw tackled.
And that was well defended, Dick. And oftentimes, teams that use a lot of a certain offensive play are not fooled by it very often on defense. The Lions are a big screen team to all positions, running backs, wide receiver, tight ends. The Giants come at them with a screen. Lions were sitting right on it.
Play clock close to the game clock here for the end of this third quarter. It'll be 3rd and 11 at the Lion 40. Manning under pressure, and he throws it away wisely as time runs out here in this third quarter. Good pressure by Chris Houston coming from his secondary position. And that is going to be the end of this third quarter. The Giants have extended their lead to 21-10 over the Lions. And Fox NFL Sunday will continue after a break from your local Fox station. Matt Dodge is punting on 4th down. Fair catch is called for by Logan. And the Lions will take over. Tom Coughlin. Team in front by 11, but it's close.